So the last part of the question, what do I do? It kind of depends, really. Yeah. So it depends on which hat I've got on in terms of which part of my business I'm working on. So let's give you a specific, really. Okay, so with my corporate clients, now I'm very specific. There's one niche. When I say one niche, I've got a couple of niches, yeah. And I can use the American niche. I said this before because it rhymes with rich, right? But there's one particular niche which is where I work with people kind of around about my age, but maybe a little bit younger, 50 plus, yeah. Mostly male. Well, when I say mostly male, so far it's all been male in this niche, actually. And they're all in the construction-related industry.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, it doesn't mean they're all builders at all. No, some of them are like run repair companies, some of them landscape garden design, interior fittings. So there's a range of them. But they're all of a certain age and an aspiration, which is they're not there yet. Wherever there is, okay. Like everyone. If I say to you, Tina, if you realize your potential, you're working at your optimum potential. Probably, even though you're on DHE, I guess you'd go, well, kind of not really. There's always more. Yeah?
Well, there's always more. Yeah, there's always more. Learn,
yeah?
More to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So most people go, I know I can be, do, have, give more. There's always more. But they're getting to an age where it feels like the clock is ticking and going even quicker. So there's like this desperate need to create and turn their business into what they know it could be and should be, and they want it to be and it ought to be. Okay. So I take that desperate need and go, okay, so let's build your business to sell, even if you don't want to yet. Okay. Because if we build the business to sell, then it's working. It's never going to be its optimal best because it can always be better, but it's going to be streamlined. It's going to be giving you, the money you deserve, the profit, whatever that might be. Let's take it to the level that you've always dreamed it could be. Less overwhelm, more fun. Yeah. So the framing of what I do is giving people the freedom to own and run their own business in order to, at some point, retire.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I call myself is irrelevant. Yeah. It's as long as I can get that idea across, and that they can see that and really understand the values and the importance of that. I can give it a name of any sort. I actually think the strap lines of what we do is more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because the name catches attention. The strap line goes, I get where you're at. I understand what your needs are, maybe even more than you do. Yeah. And are you interested in having a conversation about this? Yeah. So in answer to the person's question, what do I call myself? Well, I say it's the quantum growth coach, because I want people to grow in quantum leaps. And so it's like small changes, exponential results. But that's just a name. Yeah. It's actually me. Like Steve says, actually Steve Crabb. Yeah. But what does Steve Crabb do for you, give you, get you? Steve Crabb will guide you, mentor you, give you a kick up the attitude or whatever's needed, be the co-navigator to get you from where you are now and to exceed your expectations. Yeah. And if you're interested in that, let's have a conversation about that. So actually, it just prompted me that next month in the Growing Your Practice, we move on to persuasion and influence. So in fact, this question has just prompted me, and what I'm saying is prompted that's what we're going to be doing next month. We're going to be looking at the language of creating desire and feelings and future pacing, working with you so that you create becomes like a collaborative relationship. So you're never selling. You're just helping people to see the potential of working with you.
Yeah.
So you never have to sell. You kind of just take the orders. Yeah. So looping back to the question, designing your bestseller, what do you call yourself? Don't get bogged down with the catchy bestseller title almost, because it's kind of like that, isn't it? It's like the bestseller title. It's grab their attention, Strapline meets some need, yeah, and then expand upon it just a little bit more. And if you get those three right, people will know what you can do for them, and that's the most important part. Yeah,
it is. I mean, in all the years we've been in business, nobody's ever asked to see my insurance. Nobody's ever asked to see my certificates or my qualifications. They've only really been interested in what I can do for them. I have this problem. How can you help me? And I think that's the thing. Look at sales.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that's one of the biggest shifts that people can get. It's like really being sincerely from a place of service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I doing a good enough job to deliver my service to help these people? And I'm not talking about, faking the sincerity. Was it Tony Robbins said, fake sincerity, you got it made, which I thought was really funny. If you can fake sincerity, you got it made. It's sincerely wanting to do the best for that person. And really, I know you and I have similar views on the word empathy. I think empathy is a bit overrated in terms of a tool for working with people. It can lead to a lot of compassion fatigue.
It can.
But I think it's essential. That's what that timeline exercise was about. It was about having the empathy for the person who's in a desperate need. And have you done everything within your power to make sure that their journey to come and see you is as smooth and as easy and as effortless as possible, so they turn up in the best state they can be, so you can do an amazing piece of work, and then when they leave, everything is, you're not having to make them work in order to go out there and be, your advocate, your best fan, raving fan, and that all comes from. It can, if it's self-serving, it doesn't work. It's got to be really from a place of service. How can I make this the best service? That's been the theme all the way through, hasn't it? I started off with preeminence almost a year ago. Being great at what you do.
I think that's a piece that a lot of people miss. A lot of people, I think it's the training they get, where a lot of people are script bound, where they go and learn a course. And it's, if you've got somebody with this problem, then you use this script. If you've got somebody with this problem, you use that script. And you and I have had conversations on this before, where people will go, oh, I've got someone coming to see me next week and they've got blah, blah, blah. What do you suggest I do? And you don't know what you're going to do to help that person until they're sitting in front of you. Because it's not until you calibrate. And I think there's not enough focus on that ability to calibrate. So which is why I'm going to digress now. I'm really excited that we've got Eric next week, because Eric will definitely get people looking at calibration differently.
Yeah, but totally. So actually, there's a couple of things I want to talk about that. It just occurred to me, I think a lot of people with their training can make people problem focused.
Yes.
And technique focused. So problem and technique centric rather than solution and human focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really thinking about the person that's in the room and how, what is the best solution for them? And I think there's two completely different feelings that come with those. Yeah.
There are. Yeah. It's and I think people are looking at, we've got a question here. That's been asked, where somebody's asking, oh, that's interesting. How did I do that? Somebody's asking about a client where their partner hoards. And what are the kind of things that I would do with somebody with a hoarding issue? Well, that would depend on what the hoarding is really about. I know some people that hoard memorabilia from things that are really important to them because that's all they have in their life. And it's not about stopping them from hoarding. It's about helping them discover something more to living. so that they can reevaluate what they're doing and what they need in their life to actually give themselves more space, literally and figuratively, to expand.
Yeah, and to help someone like that, you've just got to be infinitely curious, haven't you? Yeah. And so again, looping back to Eric, yeah. Again, I'm really excited. I mean, you know Eric better than I do. We've met just on a couple of occasions in the back of the training room. So I'm really excited to get a chance to work with him and meet him.